What I want to do is dedicate today's podcast episode to highlighting just some of the takeaways of the Atomic Habits. How do you create and develop and sustain good habits that are going to take you to where you want to go, that are going to reinforce the type of person that you are and or wish to become, that are going to reinforce your identity. And then how do you avoid bad habits? So I want to start the episode with a quote that I think is going to nicely summarize just some of what I'm going to talk about today. And the quote's by, again, the author of Atomic Habits, James Clear. All big things come from small beginnings. The seed of every habit is a single tiny decision. But as that decision is repeated, a habit sprouts and grows stronger. Roots entrench themselves and branches grow. The task of breaking a bad habit is like uprooting a powerful oak within us. And the task of building a good habit is like cultivating a delicate flower one day at a time. If you go to atomichabits.com/resources, you're going to be able to download a lot of the resources for free that are going to help you as far as tracking your habits, as far as developing and creating good habits, avoiding bad habits, etc. So without further ado, I want to kind of highlight, there's a couple pages in the book that really just captivate how to create a good habit. And the first thing that I want you to do is, or the first thing I want you to understand is that James Clear basically breaks down habits into 4 laws. Now, before I reveal what those laws are, I don't want you to tune out. It's too easy to hear, I need to have good habits or I need to avoid bad habits, and tune out and say, thanks for breaking ground here, Alex. Thanks for revolutionizing my life and my business. Let's move on to the next podcast. Resist the urge to not listen to this podcast from start to finish, because if you agree that at least in some part, good habits and bad habits can determine the trajectory of your life and where you go in business, what you accomplish, what kind of life you live. If you at least in some part believe that your habits can have a profound impact on the quality of your life, then it's imperative that you listen to this episode. So the first law is to make it obvious. The second law is to make it attractive. The third law is to make it easy. And the fourth law is to make it satisfying.